Good morning students. Welcome to my YouTube channel Science with Hemant Rathore. Yesterday in our class we have seen some of the definition of chemical equation, chemical reaction, and in my last class we have seen some of the physical changes and chemical changes. Actually, chemical changes means the changes in which the composition of substance will be changed, that is called chemical changes. If we compare physical and chemical changes, then in the case of physical changes, only and only the state can be changed, but the chemical composition remains same. For example, ice change into water. If ice will be changed into water, then we can say that only the form of water is changing, not the chemical composition. And if we take another example such as fermentation. Fermentation is the process by which sugar will be converted into alcohol in the presence of yeast. So these two examples are different which indicates different changes. And in my last class we already discussed about some of the changes by which we can know that the given changes is chemical changes or not. We have taken the example of magnesium and magnesium oxide. When magnesium will be burned and it will be changed into magnesium oxide. It is the example of chemical changes. So we have seen four factors or four changes on the basis of that particular changes. We can say that chemical reaction takes place. First one is change in state. Second one is change in color. Third one is change in temperature, and fourth one is evolution of gas. So these four changes indicate that the chemical reaction takes place in that particular process. In my last class I given an example of change in color with the help of magnesium ribbon example. If we take the example of change in state, change in temperature and evolution of gas, we can write the examples of these three also. So my dear students, these four changes, change in color, change in state, change in temperature and evolution of gas, these four changes having different examples. First one, change in color, we can take the example of pink color magnesium ribbon change into magnesium oxide. We know that the color of magnesium oxide is white, it is also called white color powder. As it is, we can take the another change, that is change in state. Gaseous oxygen change into solid oxygen in above reaction. We know that when magnesium will be reacted with oxygen, this oxygen will be changed its state and convert into solid state with magnesium. And third one is change in temperature. When calcium oxide change into calcium hydroxide after adding the water, we know that in this reaction or in this process, lot of heat will be evolved. So we can say that temperature is increased or temperature is changed. So this example indicates the change in temperature. And fourth one, evolution of gas. When we mix zinc granules with dilute sulfuric acid, it will produce hydrogen gas. So in my previous class, I did not use the example of this all the changes. You can write down in your notebook or you can take the screenshot of this particular topic. So, chemical equation. This is our today's topic, chemical equation. Actually, chemical equation is just same as the mathematical equation what you have done in mathematics. We can take the simple example of any one mathematical equation. 2 plus 2 equal to 4. This type of equation you have seen in your small classes or previous classes. In the case of mathematics, we are doing the calculation like addition, subtraction, division or multiplication with the help of this format, 2 plus 2 equal to 4. As it is, if you want to write any chemical reaction or chemical equation, you have to follow same rule. But here we are taking name of the substance or name of the chemical substance on the place of these digits. I will give some of the examples. So my dear students, this is the example of our previous reaction what we have seen in our previous class. If magnesium will be reacted with oxygen, it will be converted into magnesium oxide. Here magnesium and oxygen both are written in left hand side and magnesium oxide is written in right hand side. So this particular chemical equation is made by several terms. First one is reactants. So my dear students, magnesium and oxygen, these both are called reactants. The definition of reactant is the particular substance which takes part in any reaction, that is called reactants, and these reactants are always written in left hand side. And second one is product. Product which is formed after this reaction, this is called what? Product. And this product is always written in right hand side. So if you see the example, or if you take the example of magnesium reacted with oxygen, it will form magnesium oxide. We can see here the particular substance which is written in left hand side, that is called reactants. And the magnesium oxide is called product. You can take the screenshot of this particular topic. So, my dear students, we have seen about reactant and product, definition of reactants and products. Now there are some of the points which we have to discuss before to balancing the chemical reaction. First thing is, plus sign will come between two or more than two reactants or products. Second point, arrow sign refers to direction of given reaction and it is word representation of chemical reaction. If you are going to write any chemical reaction or equation, between that you have to put plus sign between all the reactants or all the products. Second point, indicate that the direction of reaction. In this particular reaction you can see the direction is left to right, or we can say that the direction of reaction is going from left to right. So this arrow sign refers to direction of given reaction. And last one is, it is also called word representation. Word representation, why? Because we are writing or we written the chemical equation in the form of word. So this particular chemical equation is called word equation. But we cannot write every time word equation because it is too long sometimes. So if you want to write all the equation in a limited space, we have to use the symbol of each and every substance or chemical formula of the particular substance. So my dear students, you can see first and second point. In the case of first point, we written the chemical equation in the form of word. Here we are writing magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide. Here we are writing the proper word for that particular chemical. And in second point, we are writing only the chemical formula or chemical symbol of that particular substance. Here Mg represent magnesium, O2 represent oxygen, and MgO represent magnesium oxide. So we can say that there are two forms of chemical equation. First one is word equation or word representation, and second one is chemical representation. You can write down in your notebook or you can take the screenshot of this particular topic. So now we will see the classification of chemical equation. It has been divided into two types. First one is balanced chemical equation. Balanced chemical equation means the particular chemical equation in which the number of atoms are present in the reactant are equal to the number of atoms present in the product. It is called balanced chemical equation. We can take the example of balanced chemical equation. Zinc plus sulfuric acid change into zinc sulfate plus hydrogen. So my dear students, when zinc will be reacted with sulfuric acid, it will be converted into zinc sulfate plus hydrogen. In this reaction you can see the number of atoms are present in reactants are equal to number of atoms are present in product. So this reaction comes in the category of balanced chemical equation. If you want to talk about unbalanced chemical equation, the unbalanced chemical equation is an equation in which the number of atoms are present in reactant is not equal to number of atoms present in the products. We can take the example of magnesium oxide. Magnesium will be react with oxygen, it is formed magnesium oxide. It is also called skeletal equation. Skeletal equation means we can say that in biology we know that our body also having an skeletal, and because of this skeletal our body gain any shape, as it is each and every chemical equation having skeletal equation, and after the skeletal equation we will balance our equation. So my dear students, first thing is that if you are going to write any chemical equation, then first we have to write the symbol or proper chemical formula and then make the framework. This framework is also called skeletal equation. You can take the screenshot of this particular topic. So now we are going towards the part of balancing the chemical equation. As we already discussed about the unbalanced chemical equation and balanced chemical equation. In the case of unbalanced chemical equation, we have to balance it first. One example we can take. Iron react with steam, it will form ferrous ferric oxide, Fe2O3. The name of this compound is ferrous ferric oxide plus hydrogen. This equation is not balanced. We have to balance this equation. So we will balance this equation in steps. So our first step is we have to make the box around the given symbol or formula. Why we are making the box? Because we have to balance the chemical equation, and if we make the box, then we have to know that we cannot make any changes in the chemical formula. All the changes will be applying outside of the formula or any symbol. So in first step we have to make boxes around each and every chemical formula or symbols, because we don't want to make any change inside the formula or inside the substance. So I made the boxes around each and every formula and symbol. After making the box, we have to calculate the number of atoms in reactant as well as in products. Now we have to calculate in reactant side how many number of iron 1, in product side how many number of iron 3, in reactant side how many number of hydrogen 2, in product side how many number of hydrogen 2, and in reactant side number of oxygen 1, and in product side there are 4 oxygen. Now we return all the number of atoms present in the reactant and product side. After writing the number of atoms in reactant and product side, we have to do our next step. Now, step number 3. In step number 3, we will take those compounds which having maximum number of atoms in their formula, or we will take those particular elements which are present in maximum number. So according to our chemical equation, if we count the number of atoms in all the compounds, there are different atoms. In iron it is 1. If we count the number of atoms in water, then 2 atoms of hydrogen plus 1 atom of oxygen equal to 3. If we count the number of atoms in Fe3O4, then Fe3 plus oxygen 4 equal to 7 and hydrogen 2. So in this equation we can see Fe3O4 having more number of atoms. So we will start our balancing from Fe3O4. Okay, after taking Fe3O4, we will take those elements which is present in maximum number in that particular compound which we have taken. So in Fe3O4, we know that number of atom of iron is 3 and number of atom of oxygen are 4. So we have to take oxygen to balancing first. you can take the screenshot of this particular topic. So we will make another table. In this table we are writing symbol name, what symbol we are, or symbol of that particular element which we have to balance first. So we are taking oxygen now. Now we are writing the number of atoms present in reactant side as well as in product side. So in reactant side 1 oxygen is present, and in product side 4 oxygens are present. So we have to make this 1 equal to 4, or my mean is that we have to make the number of atoms of oxygen which are present in reactant equal to 4, and for this particular operation we have to multiply by the particular number by which the number of atoms will be equal to the number of atoms are present in product. So we have to multiply by 4. Please do not make 4 equal to 1, okay, otherwise your chemical equation become wrong. We have to always make from smaller to greater, not greater to smaller. So 4 into 1 equal to 4. Now both the sides 4 atoms are coming, so we have to add 4 in our chemical equation what we have written already. One more thing we have to put in our mind, that if we perform any operation on our chemical equation, we have to perform all the operation outside the box. Is it clear? So we have to multiply by 4 in that particular formula, but we have to write 4 outside of this formula or outside of this box. Like that, outside of the box. Do not write like that. Do not write like that here. Okay, we have to put 4 like that outside of the box. Otherwise, your formula become wrong. Now, after this, we have to calculate once again the number of atoms are present in the reactant and the number of atoms are present in the product. This is our step number 4. Now you can see in this table the number of atoms of oxygen are present in reactant is equal to number of atoms are present in product. Now oxygen is balanced. Now again we are coming on our first step. In our first step we seen that we have to take those compounds which have more number of atoms, and in this compound we are taking that particular element which having more number of atoms. So now if we calculate the number of atoms in both sides, number of atoms is present in iron 1, number of atoms are present in H2O, 4 2s are 8 plus 4 1s are 4 equal to 12. iron 1, water, 4 to the 8 plus 4 1 are 4. We have to multiply it. So after the multiplication we are getting 12. In this compound 3 plus 4 equal to 7 and here 2. So according to the step number 3, what we written, we will take those compounds which having maximum number of atoms either present in reactant or present in product. That is, now we will change our particular compound, that is in this formula we will taking that particular atom which is present in maximum number. So if we count the number of atoms, then hydrogen are present in maximum number, 4 to the 8. So we will balance hydrogen. Okay, you can see in this equation 8 plus 4 equal to 12. We are taking this particular formula, and in this formula hydrogen are present in maximum number. So now we are balancing to hydrogen. So we will make some of the change in our table. This is our step number 5. So initially the number of hydrogen or number of atoms of hydrogen are 2 4 the 8, 2 4 the 8 in reactant side, and 2 atoms are present in product side. Now we have to make number 2 equal to 8, not 8 equal to 2. Okay, so we have to multiply by those number by which we can balance the number of atoms in both sides. So in this particular reaction we have to multiply by 4 in product side. So 8, 4 into 2 equal to 8. Is it okay? The number of hydrogen atoms are now balanced because in both the side number of atoms are equal. Now we have to change in our chemical equation. You can take the screenshot of this particular topic. Now we will make changes once again outside the boxes. And this time we will make the change outside the box of hydrogen, that is 4. Now we will count the number of atoms are present in both the side. Iron 1, this side iron 3, this side hydrogen 4 to the 8, this side hydrogen also 4 to the 8, oxygen this side 4, and this side also oxygen 4. Now my dear students, you can see here the number of atoms of hydrogen become equal to the number of atoms of hydrogen present in the product. Now after the balancing or after the calculation the number of atoms in both the side, reactant and product side, we can see here hydrogen and oxygen are balanced and only one element is remaining, that is iron. Now we are going to balance iron. This is our step number 6. In step number 6, we have to balance iron. If you want to balance iron, we have to make equal the number of atoms in both sides. So if we have to make equal number of atoms both sides, then we have to multiply by a suitable number, that is 3. This side, in reactant side, number of atoms of iron equal to 1. Product side, number of iron is equal to 3. So we have to make 1 equal to 3. So we have to multiply by 3. 3 into 1 equal to 3, and here 3 also. So my dear students, now we will multiply by number 3 in reactant side. Okay, now our equation become now my dear students, we have multiplied by 3 in reactant side. Is it clear? Now we have to again calculate the number of atoms both the sides. This is our step number 7. We can calculate 3, reactant side 3, okay. Product side iron also 3 here. In reactant side hydrogen 4 to the 8, we written here. In product side also hydrogen 4 to the 8, and in reactant side number of oxygen 4, and in product side number of hydrogen is equal to 4. So now we can see in our table the number of reactant become equal to number of products, or the number of atoms are present in reactant become equal to the number of atoms present in the product. So now our equation is balanced. It is called balanced chemical equation. We have to write here. You can also take the screenshot of this particular content. Now we have to write our given equation here and remove all the boxes. of box we are getting our balanced chemical equation. One more thing is that if we are going to write the chemical balanced equation, we have to also write the states of the given substance or state of given formula. So here we know that iron is always present in the form of solid state, so we are writing here small s. Here water is present in the form of steam, that is small g. Fe3O4 is present in the form of solid, and hydrogen is present in the form of gas. I also write here the name of this particular symbols. S represents the solid, G represents the gas, L represents the liquid, and AQ represents the aqueous solution. So my dear students, now our equation is balanced. As it is, you can also balance many equations which are already not balanced. So this is a method by which we can balance the chemical equation. This method is called hit and trial method. Hit and trial method. Now one homework for you. So you have to also balance that particular equation, and please reply me in comment box then what will be your answer. If you have any doubt, you can also send your questions in the form of doubts, and I will definitely solve your problem as soon as possible. So this is your question for today. So my dear students, this is question for today. If you have any problem, if you face any problem to balance this chemical equation, you can also give me reply in my comment box. If you like my class, then please subscribe my YouTube channel Science with Hemant Rathore, and please share it and like the thumbnail which is present in the below of that particular video. Thank you so much.